This is a video on the Hot Toys Avengers Age of Ultron Ironman Mark 43. As you can see, I've got the figure out here next to its box. So take a closer look at this thing. It's a really nice box. Looks like it's got plastic covering it. Actually, I want to get this stuff out of the way first. Take a better look at the box. You can see it's a bit dusty on the front because it's so old. I actually bought this around the year it came. Out in some words on the back and the side. Nothing on the bottom. Let's see what. Show you what else is in here. So you get the another head, some extra hands, the repulsor blast, articulating hands, and these extra cuffs for the hands. And this piece fell off, so it was in here. I'll show how to put this on later. There's another tray in the back. It's just the base that you saw at the beginning of this video. And right, you saw this Ultron, part of Ultron Mark 1 on here. She has an arm, can rotate up and down. The head can look left and right. Head and arms are actually detachable. You'll notice there's no sort of slot or hole in the base. It just sort of sits there. You see some nice detail. Wish we got more bases like this with newer Hot Toys figures. There was a new one for Spider-Man that looked like the Lizard, but you had to buy it separately. I don't know. I think if it's just if you only see part of the character, it should come with the toy too. So yeah. And as you can see, I've reviewed the Mark 42 before. This is basically just a repaint of it. Fun fact, this is actually one of the few Hot Toys figures, not the only one, as far as I know, where the figure came out even before the movie premiered, or was even out while the movie was in theaters. And it's got a nice looking base. The only main disadvantage is he can't really stand on it, so you gotta listen to this flight. Sort of should take this out of the way. I don't want this falling down constantly. It doesn't have the bottom prong that goes beneath the legs like modern Hot Toys Ironman stands do. This was released many years ago. I think Age of Ultron came out 2015. I think it's about 8 years old. So taking a look at the figure, the reason why there was another head in there is because this was actually Tony Stark head sculpt. This can go on top here. And you just put it back on. And the other head sculpt lights up, of course. Let's come with all these batteries to make it work. You got a screwdriver right here if you don't have one already. So taking a look, it's sort of the Mark 42's colors inverted. I actually like how he's back to looking mostly gold. Not mostly gold. He was mostly gold in the 42. I like how he's back to looking mostly red in the Mark 43. It's got the same level of detail as that Mark 42 figure, of course, because these are just the colors inverted. So you do see all that detail clearly. It's just that the reds are where the golds used to be, and I think vice versa. I mean, the reds are where most of the gold used to be. Take a look at the articulation. Now this is 8 years old, so this is sort of different from modern figures nowadays. It does have these flaps to help you pose it and move the legs out more. So some forth, up and down. And then you don't, and unlike modern Hot Toys Ironmans, you don't yank these legs down. You push this button on the back, and it just sort of makes extend the whole crotch downward. So you do get more range of motion that way. You get thigh swivel. It feels a bit loose compared to the other Iron Man figures I have. I don't know if it's because this is one of the first die-cast figures. I don't remember they did a lot of the Iron Man 3 figures just in plastic back then. I reviewed 2 of those, the Star Boost and the Heartbreaker. Or if it's just because I'm not sure if it's some of these joints are loose because if it's really old, or if it's just because this was one of the first die-cast figures made by Hot Toys, or probably a bit of both. Thigh swivel does feel loose. So does this arm movement and the ball joint, but then again, it has been on there for ages, so it's probably why. Not as bad as like the very first Iron Man figures. Like, at least you don't have the crotch turning pink or these legs flopping, because these are actually on the ankle ratchet joints, which have lasted all these years. Go up and down, curve upward. Yeah, it does have a flap here. It's kind of annoying every time I put it back in the box. These sort of just go down and poke against the foam. Think about taping these down. I have trouble getting I think it was wrapped in some plastic stuff. I don't want to bother untaping that and just wrapping it around again. I'll just put scotch tape this down. Then we have the elbow joint. Go a bit more than 90 here. This one feels a lot tighter than this one. I don't think it's because I played with this. I don't even know why when I opened it felt the die-cast parts didn't feel cold like they do now. I mean, this is a pretty well air-conditioned room. Anyway, onto the articulation. Of course, the wrists swivel, and you have this collar here because they're interchangeable. You got a bicep rotation, goes all the way around. Of course, I said the biceps go more than 90 degrees. Not the elbow bends more than 90 degrees. Shoulders, you can pull them out, so you can, yes, bring the arms in more, I guess. Heads on a ball joint, of course, as I said earlier. Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, so great. Yeah, so Hot Toys Articulation is at its best when it comes to their Iron Man figures. Now, I did say I would show off what the Interchangeable Gauntlet did, so let's just get this out. I think, if I recall correctly, the Mark 42 had some interchangeable battle damage parts. This doesn't have any of that. Yeah, I think you just get the nicely piece of Ultron. Well, and they are the same, about the same price. Then you get this. Yeah, I got the missile here. I think I might display it like this. Like, you can have one arm here with the missile and one arm regular here. And also additional air flaps are here and here. And I don't have any of the batteries in so far. If I remember right, the eyes are kind of dim here. I guess it's using the same sort of faceplate as the light up one, but the lights, Iron Man figures usually light up here. The hands, the eyes, I think the chest is usually the brightest. So I forgot to go, almost forgot. You can pull this apart. For such an old figure, it's pretty locked in pretty tight. You get like double ab joint movement. I mean, that joint is still pretty good. You still can't quite get the arms, bring the arms in all the way, even with shoulders extended outward, but that's fine. I'm going to pose it, the arms a bit more in an A stance. Yeah. So, actually reflect the line in my room. It looks like it's sort of shining. Anyways, I think this is a great figure, just like that Mark 42. And personally, I like how he's mostly red again. Has all the great details of that Mark 42. Head sculpt looks nice. Articulation is great as usual with Hot Toys Iron Man figures. The stand is clearly outdated, but at least it looks nice. And this is still an awesome figure, awesome looking figure after all these years. Please like this video, and if you do, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's it for my review. Bye.